Yo, what's going on, guys? It is non-reality, and in today's video I am making a guide on Rhutum Outstation Elvia. Now right now it isn't the best spot to grind, but it's still really good, especially if you're in the around 280 AP range, and it has a really low DP requirement of only 360. Now this spot, like I said, is an Elvia spot, so we are going to have to be going into the Elvia realm to get here. Personally, I like to go over to the spot right here. It's about south of Rhutum Sentry Post. You can kind of line it up with this little out area and just go to the right. This is where I like to park my horse, because it is a nice little spot where there are no mobs. It's on a road, and then the grind spot is down there, and we can put our tent around here. Now for the spot, it is a 5% AP cap spot, which means if you are hitting the AP cap, you're going to be running Exquisite Cron Meal and Giant Drought. If you're not hitting the AP cap, which you can check on garmoth.com, you can run a simple cron meal or a beast drought or a frenzy drought, depending on if you're taking too much damage or not. But anyway, so this spot is actually pretty decent for the most part. I'd say you'd get anywhere between 850 to 1 billion silver. Obviously, it completely depends on your class, your efficiency, and your AP and DP. Now, for this spot, your main trash loot is going to be the Gnawing Rhutum Fangs. I've seen people get anywhere between 20 to 30,000 with coin or with an Agris, which you don't want to use Agris, but you can use it at certain points throughout the grind. You can get anywhere between 40, and I've actually seen some people get 50k, which is quite crazy. And then you have the Crystallized Despairs. Now, Crystallized Despairs kind of depend on how they are doing throughout the month and how much money you're going to make. This is why this spot right now is in the low end, because Crystallized Despairs aren't super high up. Back when the Crystallized Despairs were like 40 mil, they were really good. Right now they're sitting around 25 to 28 mil depending on the time of day. Still not crazy, but it's still pretty decent. They were less than that a month ago. We do get Corrupted Breaths. Those are just, they give you +5 monster AP on your Frenzy Droughts. We have the Scorching Sun Shards, which you can sell. I'm pretty sure these are actually selling right now. They were sitting on the market earlier in the month, but right now they are selling. So those are some pretty nice silver, still 5.5 mil. We do get some Massive Pure Magics. We get some Sealed Black Magic Crystals, which are really nice because a lot of things recently you need these to make magical shards, to make crystals. We have the Blessed Soul Fragment up next. Now, this is an 8 bill item, but the chances of getting this are super, super low. I've only ever heard of 2 people ever getting this in the game. Obviously, there's probably more that just haven't been talked about, but it is a super low chance. Obviously, you have your Blackstone's hard armors and weapons, which you can get. And then the last item is Ancient Spirit Light. This is basically just a buff that makes you hit everything a bit harder. And it says effects isn't available for the bosses as well, because there are bosses that spawn here. Next up, we have the last thing we have to talk about is the Black Disto Earring. Now, I get these at around a 1 every 3 hours, so it's nothing crazy. It's not like Star's End or anything, but it is a nice little drop. Now, you can obviously get these once an hour if you get really lucky, or if you're farming during an event where you have like 350% drop rate. It is possible to get one of these every hour, but I mainly see them around 1 every 3 hours, 1 every 2 hours, depending. So let's get into the rotation. Like I said, park your horse up here, look for this wagon, look this way. We're going to be going down here. Now, for the spot, it is actually really nice because you don't have to move a ton. How you do this spot is you need to kill these 3 elite dudes right here. Now, this is where you can actually turn on your Agers if you want to just kill the elite dudes, because they do drop more trash loot, and it doesn't take a ton of Agers. If you use Agers only on the elite dudes, you're only going to spend, a couple thousand Agers while you're grinding, which isn't bad. But we're going to be killing these real quick. Now, if you've done this spot before, you know about the Archer Towers. I will talk about them in a second. Don't worry about that. I just want to kill these real quick. Now, I don't have any buffs on, so it is taking a bit longer than it normally would. So once we kill all of these 3 things, this thing will spawn, and we will then go over to these Archer Towers. Now, we have to kill 3 Archer Towers. You kill this one here, you kill this one down here, and then you kill this one over here. The only reason you want to kill these is just they'll do a giant AoEs that you'll see in a moment. And when they do the AoEs, they actually do a decent amount of damage, even if you are pretty geared for the spot. But for the actual mechanics of the spot, you're basically just going to stand still and let all of the mobs group onto you, and then you're just going to kill the mobs. Once you do that, then you're going to kill the archers, and then just wait for more mobs to spawn. And then after a few wave of mobs, the barrels will light on fire, and then you can kill the barrels to get even more trash loot. That is usually when I get my crystallized spares, is when I kill the barrels, or the boxes, should I say. Once you kill the boxes, it will restart with the elites again. It will spawn the 3 elites, which you then have to kill again. Usually at that time, the towers will respawn, so you have to go and kill the towers again, and then you'll just do this wave mechanic all over again. Now, since this is a Calpheon Elvia spot, we do have the 3 bosses that can spawn, which are the ones that were listed in the monster zone information, because I never remember the name of them. The which ones are they? They are the Nightmare, the Gigagord, and like the Cyclops bosses. Which basically what will happen is you'll have an event that spawns. It'll be like, hey, this big boss spawned. The whole area will be surrounded by a zone, and you'll just have to kill the boss, which will have a higher chance of dropping a Disto or Crystallized Despairs. They're really easy to do, nothing too difficult. Just make sure you stay out the AoEs, and you will kill them. But yeah, that's basically it for the spot. Super simple guide, and not much to the spot since you do just stand still while you're grinding. But yeah, if you did like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.